Hello viewers, and welcome to today's video. I know it's not typically the thing that you expect around this time of the year, you know, end of the year and whatnot. But for those of you who are new subscribers and new viewers, it'd be a good thing for you to know that the tradition on this channel is not to do a top 10 recollection of the year video, the top games of the year for this channel at the end of the year, which would honestly probably make more sense. It's traditional gonna happen on May 1st. And it's gonna happen on May 1st because that is the anniversary of the first video that I ever put on this channel. May 1st, 2013, I believe. Doing years like this is kind of weird. And, it's been a pretty good year. It's been a pretty good year as of now at the halfway point of it going forward. We've gotten a ton of new subscribers relative to what we used to be doing. I think we started out this year with around 20 subscribers and now we're up to 40, which, in consideration of previous years, this is a pretty decent jump. So I do want to welcome you guys, and I do want to thank you for believing in the channel and tuning into what you like to watch. That's the entire reason I create things. And while I would like to say that, I thought we'd be getting through a ton of stuff this year. I thought we'd be getting through a ton of games. We kinda haven't. Like, this year started out with, Super Paper Mario. We were about halfway through that series. We had just finished Dead Space, which means that what we've accomplished at this point in the year is half of the Mario series, the Fear series, and at this point, I think about a half of Assassin's Creed. So, we haven't really accomplished a ton. I haven't been playing a ton of games, and, that's kind of the reason why, as I would like to do more, I really can't. I don't do the whole YouTube thing as my primary source of employment and income. It's just not. How can it be? I've been doing this for 3 years, and my subscriber count is in the double digits still. I can't afford to be doing this full time. Otherwise, I'd be broke, which is why, this year, thankfully, I've been able to find a full-time job. And, between conducting this channel, I'm still able to pound out a video a day, just because I'm stubborn like that. Between conducting the channel and doing my job, I don't really have a lot of time for me, which is why in the coming years of this channel, major things are going to change. And what I will promise you lot is to mark the year 2020. May 2020 is when serious things are going to change. It's still very much in the brainstorming stage at this point, what I would actually like to change to the channel to make my life easier in order to, kind of balance my work-life balance a bit more in favor of me being able to do more. A couple ideas I've had, tooling around is to, turn this over to a blog, do more writing instead of video editing, because video editing, honestly takes a hell of a lot more time than you think it would. One of the more prominent ideas is to invest in a webcam, get a webcam on here, and, start, doing the explainy bits in the reviews, just me talking to the screen. Because, like I said, video editing takes up a lot of time, and if I just, replace it with myself, I think that would probably work a bit better in my favor. And, just use the video clips to highlight the points. I don't know at this point what the format would probably look like. Like I said, it's still a very brainstorming point at this idea. And it's still a couple years off. I mean, things could definitely change in the years of 2018 and 2019. But we are looking to changing up the format in the year 2020. And it is going to be a negative change. I am going to be trying to change this channel so I can do less work. And personally, I don't have a lot of problem with that because, like I said, people are just not turning out for the videos. That's just a fact at this point. People aren't turning out. I still want to make the videos, I still want to share my opinions on things in video games. But how I present those opinions is going to be the point that is going to be changed. I do appreciate the subscribers coming out. You know, I think that the subscriber rate is going to increase even slightly. It's going to be an improvement. I mean, you know, 1 new subscriber a month to 2 new subscribers a month will be still a very big change relative to this channel. I don't want to understate the appreciation I have for you guys coming out to view my stuff, because honestly, I create, 1, for myself. You know, I want to present my opinions. I want to say things about video games. 2, I present them for the enjoyment of you guys. You know, that's how this works. I wish I would have had more time to do rant videos. I wish I had more time to do countdowns, but the problem with doing countdowns is this isn't really a countdown channel. Even though I would love to do more countdowns, it's just I don't really have the motivation to be constantly churning out countdowns. The countdowns that I would like to do are almost exclusively, you know, best and worst boss lists and best and worst game lists. Because that's what this channel is about. You know, it's about video game and boss fight quality. That's just what it is. You know, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of, you know, dissecting video game weapons, video game missions, you know, video game backstories and all that stuff. It's just not for me. And I would love to do more, you know, news-type videos where we discuss the industry at large, but the problem with that is that, 1, you know, more prominent channels are where people get the news about the industry, and it's kind of hard to follow that up, because the only way that you can really, you know, get in on that type of video popularity is if you are the first one to break the story. And I don't always want to be on the back foot in terms of a news piece. You know, I usually replace that by doing my rant videos, which is basically me just screaming at the microphone an opinion out there to just throw out there. I've had plans to do a couple more videos on microtransactions and stuff like that. And speaking of the future of the video content, and to reward the guys who have stuck out to listen to this video up until this point, we are basically done with the Mario branch of the Mario series of the Mario franchise. We are almost done with the Mario games that we've got. You know, it's going to be, at the time of talking, I have the Mario Rabbids game and Mario Odyssey to play, and that's it. We're going to be switching to our new project, which is going to be yet another branch of the Mario series after that. Assassin's Creed is probably going to finish out the year. Maybe take us up to March, if I'm being really optimistic. And we'll be moving on to another series that's completely different to the Assassin's Creed after that. You know, I'm definitely going to keep up doing 2 series at the same time, like I said. You know, the only major changes to the channel are coming in 2020, because in 2020 I plan to move and I'm going to be more out on my own, which is what is the impetus for most of the changes happening. Like I said, I want to start breaking away slightly from doing the channel. I don't know if I'm going to continue making videos like 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I imagine probably not. You know, like I said, at that point I might switch it over to a blog, or, you know, things where I could just post my scripts, and that could be the form of the YouTube thing. But I do have some positivity for this video for the future of this channel, and it's gonna be the immediate future, not like the 3 years in the future. The project that I have planned currently is, 1, I am planning to put together a couple new intros to the review videos. That's the only videos that I actually put intros on, because that is the bread and butter of this channel. People just turn out way more for the reviews than the boss fight videos, and I completely understand that, you know. One, it's a saturated market, the boss fight videos, and if you aren't a fan of the video game being presented, well, you're not going to stick around very long to watch every video. I do understand that for whatever reason, tons and tons of my subscribers, a huge percentage of my subscribers, will turn out to any video I put up that revolves around the Koopalings. I don't understand it, I don't really care to, but, you know, that's your deal. You know, you choose to click on whatever videos you choose to click on. I just put them out there. So we are going to be planning a couple new intros. We're going to be experimenting with that. And for whatever time in the future that the Mario series is going to be done, because it is still going to take probably another 1.5 years to finish everything on the plate. We are going to be doing some massive countdown videos. We're going to be doing some celebration that Mario is finished, because it is honestly going to be a long time coming. Like I said, we probably have another 40 Mario games to get through. And that's quite the ordeal. I mean, the original Mario list, which took us from, I'd like to say 2016 up to 2018, it was 40 games long. So it's quite an undertaking, which is why I usually divvy it up between two series at the same time. And I suppose for some more, you know, general thoughts on the year of 2017, 2017 is probably going to be remembered as the year that we had games of the quality that we haven't seen since the mid-90s. I don't know the specific year. It's either 94 or 96, when Ocarina of Time came out, Half-Life came out. I don't think Super Mario 64 came out at that year, but there were a ton of games, maybe Maniac Mansion. It was a great year for video games, and 2017 has been an amazing year for games. We have had just the quality of games being released this year have been staggering, and it's amazing. The caveat to that is that 2017 is also the year of the loot box. And wherever the waves of the industry are going to lead, the year of the loot box was one of the shittiest things that could happen to one of the greatest years in gaming we've ever seen in quite a long time. Even coming from, you know, personal experience, Super Mario Odyssey has become one of the greatest reviewed games almost in history. It's almost unanimously 10 out of 10. It's ridiculous. That almost never, ever happens. And then you got games like Nier Automata, a couple of great indies, the Edith Finch game, I believe it was called, you know, Cuphead, obviously. I'm sure we've had a lot of great indie hits come out, which continues to prove the viability of those games. I mean, Stardew Valley was a Game of the Year nominee all over the place in last year. Like I said, it's been a great year of games, but it's also been a great year for video game scandals. I mean, it can't be understated how badly Battlefront 2 screwed up the industry at large. It literally can't. I mean, this is a single video game that had the high profile of Star Wars combined with the shittiest gaming practices we've seen in years. Like, it's objectively shitty, loot boxes. It's an objective thing. It can almost barely be defended by the usual hillbilly morons who will go to bat for corporations who don't give a shit about them, and only see you as dollar signs for the real truth that it is. And that's why in a previous video I said none of these corporations deserve any slack, no matter how good or bad they tend to be at that particular moment that you're thinking about them. They don't deserve a slide, because none of these corporations are your friends. They'll turn on you for the easiest of dimes. Like, it's just a fact at this point. So it's been an amazing year for games. I mean, while VR has pretty much stalled completely in the larger gaming world, I mean, a lot of people still enjoy VR, and there are still games coming out for the platform. It's just that it's not going to become mainstream, and, you know, I'm pretty sure the people defending VR is great and holding up the best games that you can find for the platform are going to say, well, obviously it was never supposed to be mainstream because it was completely expensive, The goggles are fiddly. There's a bunch of additional settings that you have to do. You really have to know your shit if you're gonna play VR. You know, it's not something that anybody's just gonna pick up in the store, and, you know, fair enough. I don't know, I might have just answered my own conclusion there, but I don't think that, you know, people are gonna be saying that VR is going to be mainstream, even though it's probably become as mainstream as it's possible to be at this point. You know, it's just been a great year. Like, people do not have to cherry pick and work hard to find Game of the Year nominees this year. You know, we've had great games that have revitalized, you know, tiring franchises and have shown us once again that, for all their faults, these main series video game franchises can still surprise us. Can still show that they had the chops they once had, and keep pushing forward. And it's been great to see that, because recently I've played games like Paper Mario Color Splash and Mario & Luigi Paper Jam, which highlights that at the moment the Mario RPG is in a real dire spot and needs some creative thought leaders to drag it out of the ditch that it's in. I mean, these games aren't like 2, 3 out of 10 dreadful. It's just games that highlight that, you know, for any new franchise that carries a Mario RPG title, they're not going to be as good as the nostalgia glasses fueled old games that you know, built their acclaim in the first place. You know, it's like where Mario Party has gone. Mario Party is never, ever going to be what it once was. Ever. Because ND Cube have completely given up on the original idea. They think that their platform is the formula that's going to win all the money for Nintendo. And fair enough, you know, old Mario Party might have been a niche thing and might have pissed off a lot of the general audience, but it was the thing that made the series enigmatic. It was what brought a lot of the weird people out to buy the game every time, and now it's just disappointing. I'm hoping that the future brings better games. Well, it will, because right now it's kinda depressing. And while I would like to be the person that is able to play all the new games, and is able to have a legitimate 2017 Game of the Year list, it's just not gonna happen. Because I don't play the games, you know, this channel is all about retro reviews. So it's just not gonna happen for me, and while I'm kinda jazzed to play Nier Automata, I'm probably never gonna have the time for it, because I got, you know, the entire list of games waiting for me that need to get done. And that's just the fact of where we are. And where I am right now is, you know, we are almost, like I said earlier, we're almost done with the Mario franchise, the Super Mario games. And in between Mario and the next series replacing that is going to be pretty much playing catch-ups for me. Like I said, we're talking immediate future content. There is a DLC for a game that has come out a few months ago. I just haven't had the time to pick it up. Because I wanted to do it after I finished this series, because honestly it was almost finished by the time I heard about it. And there's another game for an old franchise that we did before that brought out a new game, I just haven't had the time to look at it. And while I will say that personally I don't have any motivation for playing this game, I will still play it because it's important to show how the game works, how it doesn't, and where the franchise is going, because this is the newest game of that franchise. And while the ultimate answer to where the franchise is going is completely pointless, it's still important to show, because, you know, all history is important, even the one that just happened. And while I have been focusing on the negative aspects of this video, one of the big objectives was to say that things are going to change in 2020. That was a big point I wanted to bring across in this video, so it was going to ultimately be a negative video. I am pretty positive of the future. Like I said, you know, viewership is up, subscriber counts are going up, you know, people seem really jazzed about what I do, and if I had any idea of how to market myself, then I'm pretty sure I would have a pretty solid fan base of, you know, it'd be niche, you know, I wouldn't be huge, and I didn't start this YouTube channel to be a huge success. My ultimate aspiration for this channel would be to hit 500 subscribers. That is the top I would like to be, but it's honestly going to be a struggle to get to 100, so... You know, out of the blue, if I do get to 100, I'll definitely make a thank you video for you guys. I'll probably make some sort of countdown. I don't know, maybe top 10 regrets of things I wish I'd recorded or something. You know, it wouldn't be like top 10 bosses and such, because I want to do that to celebrate the end of franchises. I don't want to do that to celebrate subscriber counts. Even though that would be awesome if I could get to the triple-digit mark. But now I'm kind of talking in circles, really, so I should probably end the video. So, in conclusion, like I said, mark down 2020, things are going to change majorly for the channel. We're going to shake up the format. We're not going to be adding new types of videos, obviously, because right now I have no new ideas. People haven't been suggesting things. And that's just, you know, it's fine. That's where we are right now, and there's not much I can do to change it. There are going to be some new intros coming up. The Mario franchise, Super Mario branch of its franchise is almost done. We're going to be moving on to something around, I'd like to say February, maybe? Depending on how extensive Super Mario Odyssey is going to be. And I've heard it is plenty extensive, so, you know, whatever. I guess reaffirming that I would like to do countdowns, and I have some planned. Oh yeah. Reminder that we aren't going to be doing a top 10 games list in December. We're going to be doing it on May 1st for our new subscribers. That is a traditional date. And we will also be doing an update video for the channel at that time to celebrate yet another year of the Bosscinerator channel. Oh, and I almost forgot. Later on, I don't know when I would ever have the possibility of doing this, but I have been thinking about getting some avatar artwork done for the thumbnails. I don't know if I could find, you know, I'm not one who knows how to find an artist. I think my best bet would be to try and find a competent commissioner on DeviantArt to paint it up, because what I'd want is, you know, kind of simple. It's just that I can't draw. Obviously. Have you seen my thumbnails? Like, I can't draw. That's just the thing. And to round out the video, I mean, if you guys want me to start doing more clear-cut Let's Play type videos where we just go through a video game, you know, just suggest it. You know, I have a couple of ideas how that could work, and if I was just putting up gameplay footage, you know, that would definitely not be too much of an issue for me. I don't know if I would, do boss fight reviews in the middle, because I kind of don't want to. But, like I said, you know, bring your suggestions if you have them. It's kind of up to you guys. I'll listen if you want to say anything, but like I said, with this channel, I don't have the subscriber base that they usually make suggestions, so I'm basically just shouting at the wall and hoping it talks back. But, like I said, I do want to always say, you know, I appreciate you being there and what you can do for this channel, because, you know, if it wasn't for you guys, I would literally just be shouting at a wall. So, anyway, that's, you know, the update of where we are here at the Bosscinerator channel. And I wish you guys have a, you know, a happy holiday season. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will thank you guys with a victory for gamers, because we definitely all deserve it. Thanks for watching.